Quick little segue here, Cave Maniacs. We just want to say that we are all deeply, deeply hurt by the loss of Jason David Frank. And on that subject, we just wanted to put in here that if you or anyone you know is having thoughts of hurting themselves or suicide, that there is help. There's people that care. Here at Gabe's Cave, we take those type of feelings very, very seriously. Do not hesitate to reach out and call the suicide prevention hotline if you or a loved one need to talk and get some help today.
Hi, welcome to Gabe's Cave. And before we get started, let's thank our sponsors. Thanks once again to RPGhiring.com, and we also want to thank our other sponsor, Comic Shield, comic-shield.com. Awesome boxes for shipping comics. This week's episode is all about a classic cover. We want to do a series of episodes on classic covers, not necessarily the ones you're thinking of, though. We want to do covers that, we don't want to just start pulling out Hulk 181s. The highly recognizable ones that are like overplayed. I want to bring out some other iconic covers that are iconic, necessarily expensive, and have maybe several cover swipes or homages to them. This week, we're going to be talking about Green Lantern 49. Classic, iconic cover. Green Lantern there is looking all crazy. He's got all the rings. He's just looking nuts. It's just a very interesting cover. It's iconic. It's not an expensive book. I think you can pick this up near mint for $10, maybe even under $10. But I'm not even a big fan of a Green Lantern, but it's just an eye-catching cover as far as it goes. It makes me want to read the story about why he's out looking all crazy. But like I said, I've never been a Green Lantern fan, but this makes me want to actually look into the story and see why he's looking all crazy. The cover was done by Daryl Banks and Romeo Tongle. Probably two names you've never heard of. I don't know if they're still working. They're not recognizable names, but they did an awesome job on this cover. There's been many cover swipes or homages to this cover, and that's kind of how you know that a cover really hit home with people. There's examples. Green Lantern 23, which was kind of like a cover swipe. It was redone in a more updated art style. There's also Green Lantern Planet of the Apes 2500, which is sort of a ridiculous looking cover. Planet of the Apes style. The Joker number 7. The Joker number 7 had another awesome homage to this. And probably one of the most famous ones is Iron Man 023, which is the Deadpool cover. But instead of the hands with the rings, it's got feet. It's got his feet and he's all jacked up. That's probably the best cover swipe. And a lot of people think that cover is like an original, but it's an homage to this cover. But I wanted to kind of point out this cover because it is interesting. It is really cool. It's something that you could definitely find digging through dollar bins at your local comic shop. Like I said, not an expensive comic, very affordable, but something iconic to have in your collection. That's it for classic covers. If you have an idea for a classic cover that you like to see, that's maybe not something that's necessarily expensive or that is just overblown, overshown, like a Hulk 181 or Werewolf by Night 32 or something like that, Secret Wars, something that is iconic, but it's not just, that's maybe under the radar a little bit, let us know in the comments. Maybe we'll do an episode on it. But before we go, I want to go ahead and thank our sponsors one more time. Thanks once again to RPGhiring.com and Comic Shield, comic-shield.com. Awesome shipping boxes. Like I said before, if you have any ideas for classic covers, send us a line. Love to hear about it. So what's a classic cover that you like? Let us know in the comments. Until next time.
Yep.
Hey everyone, Darren here today, and we're here with Kevin P. West. How are you doing, Kevin?
Doing well.
Awesome. Good to hear. How's the weather where you are today?
Today it's actually cooling off, so it's actually great. It's
When you say
been
cooling
hot
off, what
up
are we
here.
talking about?
60s, low 60s.
Oh man, I'm
I'm in,
envious, man.
I'm in Michigan, so
I'm
humidity's
envious,
what.
man. I will jump right
Yeah.
into it. I ask this to everybody because I'm curious on how people think. Who would win in a street fight, a taco or a grilled cheese?
Ooh. If it's a hard shell taco, definitely a hard shell taco. It's got the shell.
What if it's not?
Dab. Soft?
What if it's not?
Ooh. If it was a soft shell, I would probably say the grilled cheese then.
I don't know, man. Tacos are from the streets.
And what if the grilled cheese is cutting diagonally, so it's got the corners?
Is it two? Then it'd be two. It'd be like a 2-on-1 then, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little cheeky.
And you got the sharp edges.
Yeah.
Grilled well.
I mean, you can make your grilled cheese with jalapenos too, and then it's even spicy. Well, we'll jump right into some serious questions here. I like to know, and everyone likes to know, man. How long have you been an artist?
Oh, geez. According to my mom, probably since I was about 4 or 5 is when I first started really drawing stuff. So I drew a picture of I think it was Pebbles or Bam Bam from a Flintstones coloring book, and I drew it like she said exactly how it looked. And I came out and she said, "Did you trace that?" And I said, "No." So she sat me down at the table and watched me draw another one. So I've always wanted to draw. So a long time been drawing.
I've definitely had some of those. That looks just like it, and then you look at them side by side, and it's like I drew a booger and I was trying to draw, a race car. I've had some of those too. What really inspired you to be an artist?
Oh boy. I know what blew my mind was seeing Star Wars originally. And I saw it at the drive-in in 77. And I was 6, and I still remember everything. And that's just when I really started getting creative. And I used to draw my figures, draw the Star Wars cards, just anything I could draw with Star Wars. So
I wish I saw Star Wars in the drive-in originally.
I,
That would have been cool.
I even remember seeing Jaws, and that came out before Star Wars. I don't know what the hell my parents were thinking, taking me to see Jaws when I was probably like 4 or 5 years old.
Man, I wish I would have saw that. That would have been cool.
I was afraid
Jaws,
to
not so
step in a
much.
puddle.
Me too.
I was afraid of mud puddles because of Jaws.
Man, what is your dream art job if you had to pick one?
Well, drawing Star Wars already has been a dream come true. So I've been working for Topps for about, I think it's 8 years now.
Mhm.
Still have a few goals. I want to be able to maybe illustrate a children's book sometime, and definitely want to do some published comic covers for hopefully horror books, some horror stuff. And
I can make that
trying to
happen.
steer my career to more horror stuff, going to horror conventions and stuff lately.
I think I could make that happen.
Yeah, just hit me up, whatever.
Oh, I think I'm just saying that I know some people.
Yeah.
who's your favorite character to draw? And out of everything, who's your favorite?
Oh, geez. I would say for Star Wars, it's Boba Fett for sure. I try to sneak him in on every set I can.
Mhm.
And Freddy Krueger's a big one. I actually got to do an art trade with Robert Englund personally. He saw something he liked of mine, and his wife emailed me, and we ended up doing a swap. I sent him the picture that he wanted. It was a caricature of Freddy, and another picture, and he signed the one for me and sent it back. And I actually have a picture of him holding drawing up that he signed.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll jump right into going over the cards, man. It's a pretty cool set here. We've got a not pretty cool, really cool set. Let me get a little more excited about that. Really cool set here. Lots of different characters, lots of different
Try to
stuff
do
here.
different styles. And,
Yeah. And what was the inspiration? What was your inspiration for the set?
well, I started out, I was going to do mostly all 80s, but then I was like, I want to throw some different stuff in there for a little bit for everyone to see. And
So we'll start off here. What was the inspiration here?
it's just a little bit everything that inspired me and that I've loved and still love to this day from different eras and a little bit of sci-fi. Actually, a lot of it of sci-fi in there.
Movies
Oh,
from
that-
movies from when you were a kid, and movies
Yeah,
when you were growing up,
Ghostbusters.
and sure.
Ghostbusters was the first movie that I went back-to-back days to see in the theater. So I put the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in there.
And that's what we really love to do here at Gabe's Cave is we love to give freedom. I don't really know that we'll ever have it. And we might, but I don't know that we'll ever have like rules for the sets. It's kind of just draw what you want to draw because we're giving away for free, and we just let the artist enjoy it and kind of do what they want to do, and that's what's fun about it.
Maybe once you guys put out your first official set.
Yeah, if we have an official
do
set,
that.
which we've been thinking about it, but it would still be artist choice, but it would be no characters. So no, like, you would have to design your own characters type of thing,
Okay.
So
Or you could do stuff in public domain.
exactly, yep, stuff like that. But we're not opposed to it. We might at some point here. Man, we got some cool stuff here. We got Mars Attacks. I have not seen this, but I really want to, and I keep meaning to because there's just so many cool cards, and the art cards have literally made me want to watch the show.
Mars Attacks. You never seen that?
I've never seen Mars Attacks, but that's what I said. I didn't know what it was until recently, and literally the art cards I keep seeing are making me want to watch the show. So I need to do it. I knew what it was. I just haven't.
You know that it was based off of a card set, Mars Attacks?
No. I didn't know that.
Back whenever it was, the 60s, I think.
Oh.
So guy just made a card set. So, but the movie's done by Tim Burton. That's all you need to know, that it's freaking insane.
Oh. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I didn't know that either, but now, it's cool. We've got ourselves a Super 6 Skeletor here. Lots of cool detail. Love the background on it.
Yeah, I tried to do like a mixture of the cartoon version and I think it was a cosplay I saw of somebody.
It's really cool.
Yeah, He-Man was definitely a big thing back after school, watching He-Man and Thundercats.
I don't know this next one here. What is this next one? Is that off of Conan?
Oh, that's Xena.
Xena. Oh, okay. All right. I know it is now. Yeah. No, my mom did.
Hercules.
No. I know who it is now that you say it. But I never watched it, but my mom was really big into that as well.
Xena, Warrior Princess.
Yeah. I do know. And now that you say it, I know who it is. We've got a Batman Who Laughs, a pop style. Everyone loves the Batman Who Laughs.
He's a lot
super iconic. Super iconic, and everybody loves Pops, man. They go like crazy. It's like the hottest collectible. Yeah, we've got a ton up here at the shop, and
thinking about thinning out my collection a little bit here.
You say that, and then you'll just fill it back in with stuff that you want.
Tried not to buy much in the last year or so. Keep coming out with more.
I see your collection in the background. It's okay. We have a cool Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I really love this card here. It's got like the 3D coming out of the background. And I want to say, the Stay Puft on the hat is kind of raised. You've used some kind of paint or something there.
It's a white mouse pen.
It's got some really cool texture there. We have the Green Goblin. Go ahead.
That's my own version of him. The Green Goblin.
We've got a really cool Green Goblin here. I love the pumpkin bombs in the background and the face.
Yeah.
That's just a really cool Green Goblin. honestly, you said that's your own version of it. I would not have known that wouldn't have been something out of Marvel at some point or another. That's awesome. It really is a really solid Green Goblin there.
I appreciate
Classic, classic ET.
Yep.
Lots of good detail. Love the dark lines. Love the detail in it. Background is just subtle and where it needs to be.
Oh, and those are all Copic. So.
Oh, really?
It's all
Okay.
Copic marker.
The alcohol markers, and then we've got a really, really cool Predator with a face mask off. Is that from the first movie?
Now, yeah, Predator's probably one of my favorite things to draw because there's so many different textures to a Predator.
Man, on the tip of my tongue, I cannot remember his name.
Oh, come on. Oh, you gotta know him.
On the tip of my tongue, I cannot remember his
They're
name.
actually making new ones. Shout Factory bought the rights to Elf.
Yeah.
Oh, they've been showing all the old show and the cartoons, and they're supposed to be making new ones.
Yep. Alf, right? Yep.
Elf, yes.
Yep. That's right. Yep. It was on the tip of my tongue. Super iconic. Man, Boba Fett's so classic. Love the background and just super cool piece. Good dent work.
Yeah, I like doing that pink and purple a lot of times with Boba Fett. Kind of looks like the sky from Empire Strikes Back.
It looks a lot Bespin.
Cloud
Yeah.
City.
Yeah, Bespin Cloud City.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does look like the clouds there. Coming out of off the landing pad there when loading up Solo. That is a very good background. I agree with you. Yeah, it does look good. And we have, is that Elvira from the Addams Family?
Yep. Elvira.
Yeah, Elvira. Yep. Super cool piece here. I don't know who this is. I want to say I know who it is, but I'm drawing a blank.
That is Rigel. He is from the show Farscape. It was on Sci-Fi.
For those that don't know, Farscape is what James Gunn based the Guardians of the Galaxy off of.
Yeah, it was a Jim Henson production.
It's a what now?
Yeah, it was Jim Henson.
Yeah.
Made the puppets and stuff for the show.
I've never seen it. I do know what it is, but I know.
Show.
I mean, yeah, I do know what it is. I need to watch it.
Yeah.
Last card here. Is that Shaun from Shaun of the Dead?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Shaun
sir.
of the Dead.
Okay. Yeah, that's a classic movie as well. Such a funny movie with
Yeah. Every time I hear Queen, the song "Don't Stop Me Now" from when they were in the bar, the pub, when the zombies start attacking,
right?
In the jukebox. So every time I hear that song, I think of that movie.
So what was you already talked about the big inspiration here, man, and some lovely cards, and I'm sure everyone's gonna love these. And man, I'm glad you jumped back on here to do this interview again because we did lose it, and we hope everybody enjoys the interview with you. And if anybody wants to win these cards, make sure you check out click the first link in the description, and make sure you check out Kevin P. West as well.
Yeah,
thank
you for having me.
Absolutely.
Really,
hit him up.
Really
hit him up. Yeah, hit him up for any commissions and whatnot and questions, and make sure you follow him on all his socials to keep up with Kevin. Super awesome dude. Yep. Awesome artwork.
Everything's Kevin P. West, pretty much. Kevin P. West 2030.
All right, everybody. Again, thank you, and hope you enjoyed the interview.